Well, we're also taking a look at Rent the Runway here. This one actually really interesting on the day here, too. It's popping by about 26% this morning after the clothing rental service raised its full-year outlook and saw a 15% boost in subscribers from a year ago. I'm just upset that they still don't have men's.
Well, I'm going to take this and shovel it off to, this is the Julie Hyman portfolio, Rent the Runway and biotechs. All over to you.
What I will say that's interesting is that between Rent the Runway and Express, they have something in common. At $1.75, and what was it Express? Like $1.91?
Yeah.
If you are a retail investor and you've invested in meme stocks and you want to pick something up, that this was one of the Miles Udland rules for the meme stocks, under $10, right? Or a low per share price, which sort of psychologically says to people, oh, I can get this for not very much,
Sure.
you know.
But 174 could still be overvalued.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course, yes. But I do think psychologically that's sometimes one of the things that drives these things, which is kind of interesting. Yes, I'm a not only someone who talks on TV about Rent the Runway, I'm also a client, right? I'm wearing a jacket rented from Rent the Runway right now. So I've been a longtime customer of the brand. There you see Rent the Runway and Express there. And so it is interesting to see, though, because I don't know if I'm an island, if there's a lot of other people who are signing on to the platform, but seeing that number of active subscribers up 15% year over year is interesting. There are more people at the office, so that likely drives some of this. There are people who didn't go out to holiday parties last year, right? There are more holiday parties this year compared with last year again. So it makes sense. The other thing is that the CEO, Jennifer Hyman,
no relation,
did say that they are at the end of the restructuring that they had been doing. So all of these companies that we're now talking about that are cutting expenses, that are restructuring, Rent the Runway did that a little bit earlier, and so now is at a different phase than some other startups that we talked about.
Right, and that restructuring took out, I'm looking at a good note from the team at Jefferies, that restructuring took out almost $30 million of annual cost out of the business at a time where their subscribers, at least in this quarter, were up 15%. So right now, that might get them to another quarter of adjusted operating profits, which they have delivered, I think 2 quarters in a row. So maybe that continues into next year.
Yeah, you saw that play through in some of the gross margins as well. Gross margin, 41%. You compare that to 33% in the comparable period last year. And then additionally here, just the net loss as a percentage of revenue, that was 46%. You compare that to 148% in the comparable quarter of last year. So year over year, massive improvement, different environment, people going back into some of the social constructs and events as well.
One other thing that Express and Rent the Runway have in common, both of them are down enormously year to date. Rent the Runway is down more than 70%. Express is down by nearly 60%. So it's not like everything is hunky-dory, right? It's just this quarter maybe is an inflection, but we'll see what happens.
Getting a lot of pushback from the producers in the Slack channel on the quality over at Express. I happen to think the quality is greatly improved. I bought a turtleneck from there.
These pants are from Express.
Yeah, I don't agree. I think some of these folks haven't shopped Express in 10 years.
Oh, well, they got to come join me. Come to Brooklyn with me.